Hello friends, my senior friends, yes. So, we are going to conclude Preface to Lyrical Ballads. There is an appendix 18, we are following the text written in 1802. So, at the end of that there is an appendix. What is that? What does he say in that? But before that, let's have a quick summary of what you have been doing. So first you can see the main Lyrical Ballads and experiment. He said this poem, this collection is an experiment, he says. Because what is the experiment? Whether I can metrically arrange incidents and events of ordinary people, their language, using their language, that is their language in vivid sensation. So that means speaking about common man, writing about common man, writing about in his own, his language, using his language, whether I can impart pleasure to you or not, metrically arranging these things. Secondly, we saw Prof is a defense. He said, see, this is a new type of poems, and you have been, he is asking the public, you have been what is called adjusted, you have adjusted your taste to the city poems of Dryden and coffee house poems. This is something new, and therefore I want just to explain this. As I told you, angering, yes. Then the principal object is that to choose life, incidents and situations from common man's life, and also their language. And then principal object, why low and rustic life? He said, I have been speaking about or writing about low and rustic life because we find elementary passions there. Simple people, basic needs. They are living on basic needs, not ivory towers and what is called all this modern civilization. In one of the poems he says, no time to stand and wait, like that is the world is too much with us. That is the thing. So that is just the opposite of that. Why not? Then the worthy purpose. The worthy purpose is that I want to say pressure, impart pressure by writing this. And then romantic poet. What is the romantic poet? Is spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. So organic sensitivity, sensitive. He has got a greater organic sensibility, such a person is. Then sublime notion about poetry, poet the man of science. Poetry is the most philosophical of all writings. So he agrees with Aristotle. Then he says poetry, poet and the man of, is it? The sublime notion of poetry, man of science. Man of science is partial. So for example, only in his branch of study, but poet is the whole world, the whole universe is the vast canvas with which the poet interacts. Yes. It is why I write in verse. We are a verse because superadding charm. And then he says, if you write the same thing in prose and in verse, what is written in verse will be read 100 times more than what is written in the poem. I'm just giving you main points only. Then it says defense and the conclusion. Say that I might have made mistakes. But if you want to criticize me, you have to have that talent. And that talent, as Reynolds has said, that you have to get it by a poetic talent you must have. That talent for poetry you can get only by interaction with the great poems and also for a long period of time. Understand? So these are the main points that we have seen so far. Today the last. The last point is about poetic diction. It's about poetic diction. Poetic diction in earlier poems and poetic diction now. I say that in the earlier poem, the poets were great people. They wrote great and passionate poetry. That's what they say. For example, he doesn't give quotations, but we can imagine, say, like Marlowe. Was this the face? Very common. Then like Shakespeare, and is now keep up your white swords, for the dew will rust, or to be or not to be. See that? Or et tu brute. There's no words available in English to express that. See, therefore he says he's borrowing from Latin. Et tu brute. So great poem, great emotion. That's the thing, isn't it? Great poetry, yes. And then he says, fair is foul and foul is fair. Great passion and great poetry and great passion. Understand? And you can see this, he says, because these men, these poets, they came in contact with the real life situations. That is the point. Underline that. Real life situation. They knew this. They were aware of this. They were soaked in this, you can see. Their minds were filled with the real emotion of the real people. So they had to write in such a language. Now what happened afterwards, the later poets, Milton for example, see, Milton's Paradise Lost, Paradise, because they dealt with such, what we can say is, subjects or topics of immense universal importance. That's the thing. So they had to use such language. But later poets, what happened? They did not have any such situations. They conjuring up such situations, not actual situations. They imagined, so to say. Or they cooked up, not imagined. Imagination is again creative. They cooked up. That's why now, Wordsworth says, the hubbub of Dr. Johnson. The hubbub of Dr. Johnson's verses. And Dr. Johnson's rendering of the Proverbs, sixth chapter, Proverbs, about and. He has written a poem, and I'm reading that, Wordsworth, this is not poetry at all. Or is it, this is bad poetry, is it? Bad language, hubbub of words, distorted language, adulterated phraseology. Same thing he speaks about a Pope, Alexander Pope. He writes about the verse, the poem about, rendering in verse, chapter 13, the epistle written by Corinthians, written to Corinthians by St. Paul, about love. See, these are all adulterated phraseology, he says. See, because they have what they have done is the good thing they have made bad. Understand? Another example he gives is that of Thomas Gray. Yet another example he gives is Cooper. Cooper's Alexander Selkirk's that poem that I am all alone in this, and he is in an island all alone, and he writes that poem. He is yearning for humanity, yearning for friendship and so on. He says, what are these? Are these poems? Why does he say like that? He says little, I must say, a straightforward, or you can say little, no, without any reservation, he is giving his mind. He is opening up his mind. Understand? He said, these are artificial language, absurd language. It's an adulterated phraseology, hubbub of words. That's what he says. See, this is something that happened in later poets. Because they did, the problem is, earlier poets, there is an organic connection between regions. See, their feeling and the events about which they wrote they synchronized. Together they created a synergy, you can say. But not these poets. Because these poets, they were just cooking up incidents, not the real incidents. See, why does he say real incident? Because, why? Because according to Wordsworth, if you want to write great poetry, it has to be on common people, their day-to-day situations. Language should be real life language. To conclude this, thus he concludes. He says, great poetry can be written or language, passionate language. Passions can be expressed Elementary passions, unelaborated passions, can be expressed only in unelaborated language, not artificial language. Therefore, he concludes his essay. What we can say that in the appendix, he says about this poetic diction of the earlier poets, the great poets, and poetic diction of later poets. This may be one of the reasons why BASELIUS says after the 17th century, what we call after the 16th century, yes. So middle of 16th, after exactly the beginning of 17th century, end of 16th century, a dissociation of sensibility set in. And this dissociation of sensibility, I think he is referring to this. There is no organic relationship between what the poet says and what he sees. Understand? That may be the reason. So with this, Wordsworth concludes his essay. The conclusion is that if you want to write great poetry, you should use language used by people in real life situation. That has to be reality. Yes. Artist should be true to what he says. Understand? True to yourself. That is sincerity. That is the thing. That is you remember Polonius, the advice to his son, above all, be true to thyself. Above all, be true to thyself. This is what Wordsworth also wants to say to these people. Suddenly, what happened, people were confused whether after reading these earlier poems or great poetry, they see second-hand stuff. At the same time, they had great respect for poets. But according to them, poets were geniuses. So they thought, what is this? What kind of thing is coming out? But still, out of respect for them, they continued reading it. So their taste became, as Wordsworth, they got blundered. They could not distinguish between great poetry and then mediocre ones, or very low standard poetry. To that extent, they have done harm to literature, that is especially poetry. See that? Then comes my poetry. That is the thing. So the people are in what we must say is a sleepy mood, we can say. They have lost their power of distinction. Which is good, which is bad, which is great, which is low. But at that time now says defense again. Now I am presenting before you a new type of poetry. Come and read and enjoy. So in a way he says slightly forget about all those old things. Only then you will be able to enjoy my poetry. Listen, with this we conclude this. I hope that you have enjoyed my class. And if you have enjoyed and if it was useful to you, some help to you. I don't say that this will meet all your requirements, but a lot of this will be quite useful for your UGC net. You see that your PD exam and also understanding of the poems of William Wordsworth, the great nature poet, the great poet whose manifesto was love of nature, love of simple human beings. Understand? The great poet who democratized poetry. That is underlined. Democratized poetry. With this, we conclude. I wish you all the best. See you again. Bye.